my toy haul for the week. Just putting up a quick video. For anybody who's looking for the vintage Transformers, they're showing up at Walmart now. I just picked those up this morning. And that Voltron is from the Big Bad Toy Store. They got a few in. They were selling for $4.49. That's not mine. I actually picked it up for a friend of mine because every time it would show up, I would see it. I would call him, tell him, hey, it's up. By the time he got on there, he'd miss it. So this last time I saw it up there, I didn't bother calling him. I just bought it, and I told him just pay me when it comes in. So I already have a couple, so that's going to him. And then I did get the mini play Voltron, which I'm going to put that together. But I'm probably going to open that one up today. Take a look at it. I wanted that one when I was a kid. That was one I never got. I never had Hot Rod when I was a kid, but I did have Starscream, and that was like one of my favorite Transformers as a kid. The boxes are nice. It's hard to find one in like pristine condition because the box stock that they're using is not as sturdy as what I remember as a kid. The box was much thicker as a kid, but the stock of cardboard they're using now is pretty thin. So every one of them had some, and these were fresh out of the case. Every one of them had some creasing or something. So I tried to get the best ones I could find. See, you couldn't find one without any type of blemish, but there's Hot Rod. You can see the stickers are in there, all the accessories. I don't remember seeing this one as a kid. I don't remember if it was packed like that, where the back of the toy was in the window and the accessories rather than the... You would think it'd be cooler, it's nicer to have the toy visible in the window rather than the accessories. And then this is the one I'm going to open up today because I want to put it together and play with it since I didn't get to when I was a kid. Instead, I got Voltron. I don't remember if these were released around the same time, but I do remember that I wanted it, and it was too expensive. I didn't end up getting it. And here's the back of the box. Very 80s. And these are being produced by Hasbro Canada. Alright, so let's take a look at the vintage Constructicon, or Devastator rather. This one has a thicker packaging. Than the other two. Wow, it's in there pretty good because it doesn't want to come out. Alright. There's all the figures. We got, is it Bone Crusher? Construction Hook. I think that's different from what it was originally called. And Construction Scavenger, Long Haul, Scrapper, and Mixmaster. Okay, and then the head and the different parts, and then stickers and the directions. they are taped. I had to pack this up really good. I have heard that they're gonna do do Optimus Prime and Megatron. I know Megatron is a gun, so I don't know how they're gonna do that. Oh, great! Yeah, I'm salesman at the door. I ain't getting it. Okay, so persistent salesperson at the door. Rather tape this up really nice. I have the my vintage Voltron, and I was thinking I would love it if they would produce a vintage Voltron the way they're doing these vintage Transformers, with the original packaging, like the Matchbox or Popey, or even if they would release one like, because in Japan they released the Popey one with all the weapons and everything, and when I was a kid, you got the Matchbox one that did not have the weapons, didn't even have a sword. It was just a stripped down Voltron. So if they would re-release the vintage with all the weapons, I know they did the Trendmasters, but the Trendmasters was still lacking a lot. They didn't have all the firing weapons, and it was just cheaply made. It's not nearly blackface and different paint job. Oops. That being my favorite toy as a kid. I mean, it's nice they tape it up good, but it's a pain in the butt to get out. So here's the figures. They're very lightweight plastic. If I remember correctly, well, my friends had them. I didn't own it, but I do remember them being heavier. These are very, very lightweight. These almost feel knockoff type lightweight. But they do have rolling wheels. Rotating part. Looks like some of the stickers are on, but then others aren't. You gotta put on. It's not a rub. That's not a rub symbol. It's just a regular Decepticon. See, there's some stickers on there. Still, it's a nice figure, but yeah, it's very, very lightweight. Very. And these were this was $75, 74 and change at Walmart. I don't feel any die cast in these. I don't know if you own this as a kid, or if you own the original one. Let me know. Is there die cast in the original one? Because this is very lightweight. Very lightweight plastic. Okay, so I have this one that I have never opened. I bought that at Big Lots a couple years ago. It is a bootleg, but I might take it out and compare, just to compare it, because you can see they look pretty much like very similar, the same mold. Actually, this one looks different. This mold looks different. This one actually looks like it might even be nicer. Now, let's see. That one with a drill up top. Yeah, they're very similar. These two feel like they're actually feel a little bit bigger. I don't know, I have to take them out and take a look. And that looks like it's going to be a much more difficult job of taking them out than this one was. This one has all the original weapons and drills and everything. It looks like this one does too, but it looks like they're attached already. Looks like this looks like feet and hands. The hand. Alright, I'm going to take this one out and compare it. See, this one was only $8 at Big Lots. And this one, the re-release was $75 at Walmart. And I got to tell you, I'm pretty sure that they're going to feel very similar, the plastic-wise. The difference in being the box. Let's see in the back of this one. Just shows you the figure and the combining robot fighter construction. Let me take that one out. Alright, so I took it out of the main box, and then it's on this cardboard and, you know, bubble wrap type thing. Pull that apart. I think that's the head there, and the hands are there. But let's take a look at that. Yeah, I never even thought to take this out. I really thought the original one was die cast. But that might have just been an assumption. Yeah, so there are the hands. Oh yeah, there's the head. Drill. Alright, so let's see this one and this one. The treads don't move on either one of them. Weight-wise, they feel exactly the same. And the molds do look the same. Other than this is hollow towards the back. This one has a screw in there. Guess that's his head. Yeah, they look like the same mold. So I guess if you got a Big Lots near you and you don't want to pay $75 and you don't care that it's yellow, honestly, they look like the same mold. This one has a chromed out hook. This one has a plastic one, and yeah, that's different. This hook doesn't move. It's just molded onto the arm piece. It doesn't have the Decepticon sticker. Maybe it is a rub symbol. This one does look like it's a rub symbol. Yeah, see, it's fading to black. Yep, that's a rub symbol there. Alright, you gotta be kidding me. Alright, this is this long haul. Anyway, I don't really know all their names, but The molds are very. To me it looks like they're the same molds. The bootlegs cut a couple of minor corners, but it's pretty much the same mold. And of course, different stickers. And parts are not chromed, but there is no die cast in these. They're pretty. They're both the same weight. Lightweight plastic. So yeah, if you really don't want to pay the $75. Not that I'm disappointed. I'm glad I finally got it, but I think I imagined it being a lot higher quality than it really is. But then again, it is a toy. See, same mold, and it has a rub symbol on the original. These, I will say, the way they're attached is a little bit looser on the bootleg. This seems, the screw is tighter. That's about it. Same mold, but this one has chrome on the front. This one does not. And where's this one in here? Oh, I see why. I'm looking for the this one doesn't have the stickers applied. Again, same mold. So yeah, I never really took these bootlegs out of the package because I always thought they were just the low quality of the original, and I'd rather have the original, but they're not really that much different, the bootleg. Other than the yellow paint, or the yellow plastic, it's not even paint. These don't really have much paint other than the chrome on some of them. This one doesn't have much of anything on it. And that's about it. I'll put them together. Okay, so here it is, the Walmart exclusive G1 Devastator and the bootleg called Quick Change. Okay, so my thoughts on this, not really a review, just my thoughts. When I was a kid, I had big expectations of this thing, because I guess because I had the Voltron. I don't recall if I had Voltron before this came out. I'm pretty sure I did. But anyway, I remember I wanted this Devastator, but I didn't get it when I was a kid. However, after getting it, putting it together, I gotta say I'm not as impressed as I thought I would be. It's very lightweight plastic, very cheap feeling plastic. As a matter of fact, the plastic used is no different than the plastic used on the bootleg. The only difference between the bootleg and the vintage is there's like a missing connector piece in the center for the bootleg. As you can see, it doesn't clip together, and there's the peg to hook the left arm on isn't a swing out swivel peg like it is in here. That peg is not there. It's more of a just a yellow peg. Oh, that's the wrong side. Yellow peg, if you can see it there. That connects it. But this one's $8. This one is $75. And I'm going to tell you that I do not think it's worth $75. If you had this as a kid and you're very nostalgic for it, you know, it might be worth it to you for $75, but of all the things that are out that you could get for $75, I mean, I get die-cast Transformers and some die-cast figures, and this is, I'm not very impressed with this. I'm kind of disappointed I bought it. You know, it's cool enough. Maybe when I was a kid, if I had it as a kid, maybe I'd feel more nostalgia for it. But I wouldn't recommend this at $75. Maybe if it goes on discount, it'd probably sell out anyway because it's a vintage toy, and there's going to be a lot of collectors who are going to keep it in the box. So, I mean, that's pretty much my thoughts on it. Honestly, it doesn't feel any more quality than the bootleg. It's a plastic toy. It's not any heavier. The only thing is, on this one too, there's some parts are like chrome painted. You know, they're very minor parts, like down there at the foot, the left foot. You can see it's chrome painted where this one is not. There is a green one available in the bootleg. I've seen it online. Otherwise, hit your Big Lots. I even think there's a Big Lot sticker on there. Yeah. See, I think I showed it before, but see, Big Lots, $8. This guy, $75. Yeah, I don't think it's worth it, honestly. I'm kind of disappointed in it. It's cool enough. I'd probably stick it on the shelf, and you know, there's the G1 Devastator. But I actually had the remake of the Devastator, the Combiner Wars, and I actually took that one back. That one was like $200 at the time, and I just couldn't afford it. I liked it, but I couldn't afford it. But I wish I had that one over this one. And I do hear rumors that they're going to re-release it, so I might end up just buying a re-release of that. I'm debating whether or not I'm even going to take this back, because I'd rather have, I don't know if I want to waste $75 on this. This is very disappointing, honestly, for $75. But anyway, that's my thoughts on it. Alright, so I'm doing a little follow-up video. As you can see, I don't have the Devastator here with me because I took it back. Okay, so that particular Devastator, I've been wanting that thing ever since I was a kid, and I must have, I hyped it in my head. I had an idea of what it was, because based on, I had this when I was a kid, the Voltron, the die-cast combiner Voltron, and I'm thinking the Devastator is similar to this, and anyway, I always wanted a Devastator, but it was always expensive online. It was $200 or whatever. Then I know they did some re-releases, which I missed, but I remember seeing this one day in Big Lots, and I grabbed it. But I'm looking at it and I'm going, it's a cheap plastic knockoff. So I never really opened it up, and it's actually been in my closet for like years. I think it's been more than 2. I think it's been like 4 years that I've had this thing. But I never opened it because I figured I'm going to be disappointed. It's just a cheap plastic knockoff. It doesn't have any die cast. It's, it's a bootleg. And bootlegs are never as good as the original. I want the original. So when I heard that Walmart was coming out with them, I've been looking for months and months and months. I saw it come out in Canada. I saw somebody do an unboxing video. I didn't know that it was released in Canada first. So I've been going to Walmart for a month looking for this thing. I saw it on BrickSeek last night that it was released at some of the stores. I drove all around, talked to the employees. They wouldn't go get it for me. I woke up at 7 o'clock this morning because our Walmart's open at 8 and there's a 24-hour one. I hit one, I got the Hot Rod, and I got the Starscream. Starscream I had when I was a kid. I was like, that one. And then I went to another one, and of course, another Walmart. And we can get into a rant about how much Walmart sucks, and I hate having to get exclusives at Walmart, because apparently the employees there don't understand that they sell stuff, and when you want to buy stuff, they should help you buy stuff. But anyway, I'm not going to go into a rant about that. That's a whole other story. But I finally convinced the employee to go in the back and get it after much debate. I bring it home, and you saw I was unboxing it. And when I first got it, I felt like, oh, this is smaller than I thought it was going to be. I had an idea that it was a larger figure, but the box, it felt smaller, it felt lighter. Whatever, when I got it home, you saw I was unboxing it. I wish I was recording my face, because the kind of disappointment that washed over my face was like, this looks a lot like the bootleg I bought. That's why I went and I grabbed the bootleg, because I'm like, no, it can't be. It really can't be. So I went and I got the bootleg, and after 4 years it's been in the closet, I open it up and I unbox it and I'm comparing them. It's the same figure. It is the same figure. I'm not joking. It is the single most disappointing toy purchase I've ever made. And the way I hyped it and the way I was so enthusiastic about it, when I'm holding it and I'm taking it out of the packaging, when you saw me, I'm like, no, they can't be. This has got to be more to this than I'm seeing in this package. That's why I went and got the bootleg, because I'm like, it looks too much like this one. So I'm taking it out and I'm comparing them, and it's the same plastic. Each figure has the same heft as the bootleg. I'm like, nah, it can't be. The molds are exactly the same, the fists and everything. The molding is the same. The only difference is the coloring, and they have one of the connectors is, instead of being square, it's rounded. There's some missing chrome, of course, on this. It's not chrome, the chrome paint, and the colors are just different. Black instead of purple and yellow instead of green. But the figure is exactly the same. The mold and the plastic is the same. It's not like the other one even used better plastic. It's the same thing. So I was just so disappointed. I'm like, I really can't justify paying $75 for what is essentially an $8 figure. This was $8. And I bought, at the time, I bought this one too, which I haven't opened. I'll probably open this one now too. And these were both $8. And I'm like, okay. And so I'm holding these two in my hand after I turn the camera off, because I'm debating whether or not I'm going to take it back to the store. And I actually had two. One I had to keep in the box, and one to display or play with. And I'm just holding both the bootleg and the authentic figure, and I'm just going, there's no way I could pay $75 for this. I mean, this thing here is $60. I don't know if you know the Mini Play Voltron, and you can go online and look at videos of this, of how awesome the sculpting is and how awesome the articulation is and everything. And this is only $60. I'm like, I just can't justify owning that figure for $75. If I see it on sale at some point, maybe I'll grab it, because like $30 maybe, or half the price of but $75. And I know there's people out there that really like the figure. I watched some videos of people assembling the figure and they love it. So, if you're nostalgic, maybe you really love it and think it's worth the $75, because I've seen people paying over $100 for this new one because it was hard to get. I've seen it going for $130, $140 on eBay. So I thought it was going to be a really cool, I wasn't going to pay that, but I thought it was going to be a really cool figure. But wow, that has got to be one of the most significant toy disappointments of my entire life, collecting disappointments. I couldn't justify it. If I'm going to put one on my shelf, I might as well just put this on the shelf, because it's the same thing. I really cannot describe to you how disappointed I was with that Devastator. And the thing is, I had not the Power of the Primes one, the Combiner Wars one. I had it, but at the time I just didn't have the money to hang on to it, and I ended up taking it back to Target. And now it's online it's way overpriced, but they're supposedly doing a re-release. Bandai is doing a re-release, not Bandai, Takara is doing a re-release, and TF Source has it up for pre-order, and it's the Takara one, which actually has supposedly a little bit more articulation. I think the head sculpting is a little bit different, so I'd rather have that one anyway. So I'm probably just going to pick that up now. After being disappointed with this one, I'll probably just pick that one up. But anyway, comment below, let me know what you think about if you're going to pick it up for $75, if you think it's worth it. I personally won't recommend it at $75, but you let me know below what you think. And if you don't want to pay $75, try going to Big Lots. I don't know if they still have these, but a lot of discount stores still carry bootleg Transformers. But anyway, that's all I got to say. Thanks for watching.